my name is Josue, but I go by David, and I'm a volunteer here at the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum. I'm 19, and I'm a student operator. I started by coming to the volunteer open house, and there they demonstrated the maintenance job, how the operators run, how the museum guides give tours of the building, and all the different opportunities there were to get involved at the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum.
I'm Louis Mariano, the chairman of our Next Generation Committee. I've been volunteering here for about 2 years now. Some of the things I do here, I'm involved with operations, maintenance, restoration, overhead, and just about anything else that's needed.
Good afternoon, I'm Sean Kenny, I'm 20 years old, and I have been volunteering with the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum for about 2 years now. I started out as an operator. I actually remember the first car I ran, and that was because they were just explaining tour guide things, and one of the instructors was like, you know what, I'm bored. Hey Sean, you want to go run a car? Sure, I'd like to learn, and that's how I got hooked.
I'm Madison Kenlick, I'm 14 years old, and I started volunteering here when I was a little kid. My dad used to go here, and he brought me and my brother down, and ever since then I've just been coming here. There's a lot of good experiences here. I've learned a ton over the course of my life, and there's also a lot of great people here. It's really supportive, and they all want to help you learn something at the end of the day.
My name is Dominic. I am 18 years old, almost 19. I got started, I was brought down by my uncle when I was 4. I fell in love with the place, and I came back a few years later and learned that you could volunteer here. Help out with a lot of operations, weigh and track, power and signal, just about everything there is to do.
This year in January, we formed our Next Generation Committee. Some things we do with the Next Generation Committee is we try to encourage participation with the younger volunteers.
We actually have our own young people's committee, which is more or less anybody under the age of 30 is eligible.
We've done a lot of kind of loose end projects. We worked with some couplers. We cleaned up and painted them, installed them on car 4145. We've also been doing some work on the interior of that car, refinishing trim. We installed a fare register, conductor's gong. We have a great group of young people. It's a lot of fun to hang out.
Tons of young volunteers here. It's just a good place to learn a bunch of life skills, skills that will help you further on down in life.
Not only is volunteering at the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum just an incredibly fulfilling thing to do, because volunteering in itself is just so nice to spend part of your day making other people's lives better, but it also just teaches you so much about the history of Pittsburgh, the history of transit, and just kind of cements you in a key piece of how the United States developed.
I think my favorite part about giving the tours is just teaching everybody a bit about electric railroad history in the state of Pennsylvania.
I've almost minimal kind of skills of this nature before I started here. There's a lot of people here always willing to teach. You could learn just about anything you want to learn here.
You get to meet a lot of new people, and you get to learn a ton of stuff. It's absolutely something you should do.
There's so much to learn here at the museum, and there's so much for me to explore in a little engineering kind of sense. So much for me to tinker with at the museum. It's a never-ending opportunity for me to just not only get involved in public transit, but also just to learn more about the world.